everyone, welcome to the very first podcast of the ClariShift, where we talk about clarity, mindset, and building a life you actually love. I am Anjali, and today's episode is really special because I have someone I deeply admire, my friend, mentor, and a powerful life coach, Manisha Manjari. Manisha has helped so many people find purpose, balance, and confidence in their lives. And today we are diving into a topic I think so many of us struggle with. And also to know briefly about Manisha, what she does, and how she can help you. So, whether you are feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or just searching for something more, this episode is for you. Let's get into it. Hi, Manisha, welcome. How are you feeling today?
Hi Anjali, I'm feeling amazing today.
That's great. That's good to know. Can you start with your little bit of introduction today so that the people who are watching you, listening you, they know who they are talking to, who they are listening to. So I would like to start with that.
Absolutely. So my name is Manisha Manjari. Currently, I'm a life coach. But just to go in a little bit background, if I talk about, I completed up my software engineering, though I never wanted to do, but I didn't knew any other better option other than engineering. I felt engineering, medical, इन दोनों में से कुछ चुनना है, तो let me just uh, take engineering, right? And that is how, because I felt there's no other option. If you have taken science, we have to do engineering. That is pretty much what the world has taught us at that point of time, or convinced that maybe there were other options, but I was convinced that there is no other option. There is either you have to take medical or engineering if you have taken science. And likewise, I just followed the path that everybody else was taking. Basically, I didn't had any clarity about my life, so whatever decisions my parents were making or the people around me was making, I was just following that path. So I completed up engineering, not knowing what I'm doing, but I just did it. Then I was placed in a small software engineering company, and then I started working. But before actually I was start working, I got married to my husband, and I was just in third year when I got married to my husband actually. So I was very young, lost myself completely, and then from one thing led to the other. I worked in Akash, I worked in Byju's, then I opened up my own institute, Gyan Amrit, for personality development only for kids. Okay, and then from there it went to from kids to parents, women, and now it's going completely online. So this is so earlier it was a physical institute in 2018, Gyan Amrit, and still my company's name is Gyan Amrit. And after that, now it's completely online. So that's how the journey was.
That is great to know. A lot of obstacle I see that you have seen in your life. So,
Up
while you were going through all these challenges in your life, and like you said, you were married early, was that a major impact or a point where which made you take a decision to become a life coach, or what basically inspired you to become a life coach?
I think when I got married to my husband, till then, at that, it was fine, it was okay. But when I gave birth to my daughter, when I became a mother, I felt I've lost myself completely. Okay. So I felt I've lost my identity completely. I still remember the day when Misha was born. Misha is basically my daughter. When Misha was born, and I was looking at Misha, and I was crying non-stop, right? So Misha was there in my hand, and I was just crying. Okay, everybody was there, my parents and everybody was just they were just watching me, and I was just crying. They asked me like, "Why are you crying?" I said, "I can't do now anything in my life." I was 22 and holding a baby in my hand. And I was like, I can't do now anything in my life because my life is gone. I've destroyed my life completely. What a blunder have I done in my life? I've got married at 20, 22. I decided to be a mother. Matlab, what have I done? So it just felt like I've just lost myself completely. I really felt at that point I've lost myself completely at that point because I felt this is now how my life will be. I will have to look after my child. I will have to look after the house because there was nobody, no one to help because my husband was posted somewhere else. So I felt this is how my life will be now. So yeah, so that is how it was. So yeah.
Okay, so basically, all these challenges again like motivated you to become a life coach and take this journey.
I didn't knew that I'll become a life coach, but yeah, when I was holding her, I was really feeling I just there's nothing wrong to be just a mother. I really respect the people who are mothers. I respect my mother. My mother was a housewife. I really respect for being who she is, but I was not that person. Right? I was feeling lost. Right? That I can't be just a mother. I'm not just made to be a mother. I'm made for more. That was my calling from inside, right? So it was like a voice whispering in my mind all the time, this is not your final destination, Manisha. This is not for what you are made. I don't know from where that voice was coming, but that voice was continuously there in my head. You are not made for that. You are not made for this. This is not your final destination. What are you doing? I was not at all happy in any of the ceremonies that was happening after the child ceremony, all of the ceremonies that happened. I was not that happy and not that excited because I was feeling I've lost myself completely. And like a GPS completely recalculates when you take the wrong turn, I feel God has designed us in a way where your soul will also keep redirecting you until you listen. So it will keep redirecting you. You know, where are you going? For example, this is my destination and I've taken a wrong turn. We can go from this direction also, or sometimes I may need to take a u-turn and come and finally go to the destination that I am designed to, because all of us have our own destinations, right? All of us have our own uh, GPS, and desires are GPS, the inner GPS. So every time you will take a wrong turn, your soul will let you know, "Ki, what are you doing? This is not where you are meant to go." And I think that was the voice that was there in my head. I was not very clear that I'm going to be a life coach, not at all. I was not even knowing that this term actually exists. So I
So
cannot say that I was very clear.
uh, I would like to know then, with all this confusion, you definitely knew what is going in your life and personal situations, that this is not what you are meant for. So, how did you get clarity that, okay, hey, this is something, this is not my situation. So, but what are the steps that you took to, come out of this situation, and how did you get clarity in your vision?
In that situation, one thing that is very, very clear to me is was that I want to be with my husband, because at that time there was no work from home option. So I had to be in Bangalore or I had to be in Noida. That were the options that I was getting, right? And I was very clear I don't want to be somewhere else and my husband will be somewhere else. That's not the kind of life I wanted to live. That was also very clear. Though I was missing my side where I wanted to be free, where I wanted to earn my own money, but I was also very clear that I don't want to do that leaving everything behind. That was also because family is also one of my strong value system as much as growth is. So I knew that. So what I did at that point, I just did whatever I could, simply. So I just did whatever I could at that point. So Misha was there. Misha was there. Matlab, I have conceived Misha. So it was like, yeah, I have to do something. So I remember even at that point I started teaching. So I started giving tuition classes because I cannot go anywhere because I was having Misha. So it was like I have to do something. I was so desperate, I feel, that I started teaching when Misha was there inside of me when I should have rested completely. But I was like, I have to do something. I cannot just sit. So I was sitting, though I was just teaching 5 children, but I was feeling at least I'm doing something. So that kept me. I just did whatever I can at that point. I think whatever I can. I didn't wanted to live a life where I have no identity of my own, and that kinds of scares me actually. Where I don't have any identity. It's important for me. It's very, very important for me.
That is so great to hear and also motivating, at least for me. So, what would you like to tell other people or other, who come to you with their own problems when they feel stuck in their life? So, how, so let's take an example. For example, like people feel overwhelmed with their own situation because of their personal commitments, because of their professional commitments, or it could be anything that is going through in their life. So What do you think? Why do people feel so overwhelmed and they are just not able to come out of this situation?
I feel one very, very important reason why we feel overwhelmed, because I go through overwhelm so much. And overwhelm is not a bad thing. First of all, I would love to address that. If you are feeling overwhelmed, that means you should own that fact that you are an overachiever. You are an ambitious woman and you are an overachiever. That means always there will be, you will do five things, you will have 10 things more in the list. If you are watching TV, you are watching Netflix, you are doing parties, those people never have overwhelm. Okay, they will never have overwhelm ना कि इसको तो कुछ भी नहीं करना, क्या करना है. But when you have, I want to do this, I want to do that, and you at all times are constantly growing, then that is when overwhelm actually comes. So if you are having overwhelm, I would love you to pat yourself in the back and say, wow, I'm an over ambitious girl, right? I'm made for more. So that's one thing that I would love to say first. Other than that, the reason why we are going with so much of overwhelm, the one thing that I really feel is the reason is the social media. Okay. With the social media coming in, we are comparing ourselves not with one, two, or three people, with thousands and lakhs of people at all the times. No matter how much we have achieved, we never feel enough, because we are just looking at someone else and we are feeling that person has better dress, that person has better power, that person has more glow, that person has better fit body, that person has better job, that person has more fame, that person has more subscribers, whatever. We are just all times comparing with something, and that's really making us, and we are not comparing everything with that one person. If you really have to do the comparison, take that one person and compare every aspect of that person with your life. We will not do that. We will compare with one person our body, we will compare with one person our job, we will compare with one person the fame, we will compare one with one person the relationship. Can you see what we are doing? We are taking the best of everybody, and then we are comparing. So what will this do to us? At all times, we are feeling, I'm not good enough. I'm just not good enough. I'm not just good enough. No matter how much we are achieving today. And there was an experiment also on this, where it was seen that the most successful people are also having that underlying belief that I'm not good enough. Can you believe that? So all of us are feeling that I'm not good enough at some level or the other.
Yeah, a lot of people feel unfulfilled in today's life. Yeah.
Yeah, that there is something more, there's something more, which is amazing. It's not a bad thing, but I think because of social media, there's a constant comparison. It is really taking the joy away from us. Okay, so it's making us completely overwhelmed. So it's very, very important that at some time we are taking at least one day break with the technology, because me being on laptop or on social media, I'm like a 10 last 12 hours on like screen time. My screen time is very, very, like, it's too much, 10 to 12 hours, because my relaxation time is also screen and my work is also screen. So I have a lot of screen time. But I see the days I have switched off my phone, or I've kept it on airplane mode, or I've just silenced it and kept it, and I have decided consciously I'll lock it up in my Almira that I'm not going to take it. Today is my relaxation day, and completely I will relax without phone. I'm more happier and I'm less overwhelmed that day. So that's a completely an indicator that social media and screen time is really playing with us. So we need to use it very, very consciously. Like, phone is not a bad thing, similarly social media is also not a bad thing. We have to be very, very clear and mindful that how much time are we investing on it. So we need to decide, I'm going to be 1 hour on consuming the content. 1 hour means 1 hour. Otherwise podcasts are coming, reels are coming, we don't need to know everything about everything. We don't need to.
Well, that's the thing, right? You, if you want to stay ahead in today's world, you have to keep yourself updated with everything what's happening. At least
But
that's how I feel. I
That's
have to know
that's what we
everything.
all feel. That's the thing. That's what we all feel. We have to be updated on everything, but our mind is unable to process that much of information that we are giving it constantly. Decide 1 hour I will consume. 1 hour I'm going to update. But 24 hour, 10 hour, 5 hour, 6 hour. Today while watching this podcast, if somebody will just take out their phone and see their screen time, they will know how much time they are actually putting it on social media, and it will really be a reality check for them. Ki this is how much time I'm actually putting up. And till the time I'm just consuming ideas, nothing is going to happen till the time I'm not converting that idea into an action. That's where the real problem lies. We will have to convert those ideas into action. I think so. That is very important, and we don't have any time for action because we are overthinking in our head, failing in our head, and then not doing anything in reality. Failing in our head only. Fail fast and fail forward. Take action and fail. I think that's beautiful. Take action, fail. Take action, fail. Take action, fail. But when we keep doing really something in action, we really move forward. Failing is a good thing. That is what I have learned. Failing is a beautiful thing, which nobody has taught us.
So
Failing is a wonderful and lovely and beautiful. How much you learn from failing, I think we don't learn from anything else. It's beautiful to fail. Fail, learn. Fail, learn. Fail, learn. You will be ahead than many others.
that is so right. Can you share one of your moment where you felt like a failure, but then you just knew, okay, I have to shift my mindset to come out of this situation? So, can you
Yeah,
share one of the moment and how did you basically come out of that situation?
so many. One of that I shared was when I became a mother and I had nothing and I felt ki that was lost. But I've already shared that. I'll share you one more. When I opened up Jnanamrit in 2018, so it was a physical institute. So it was going very well. In 1 year, we had around 100 people, and I was feeling like, wow, I'm doing amazing, right? Because it was beautiful, and I've taken out big place for that. So the rent was around 45,000, then salary and everything around. It was a lot of expense was there every single month, but I was able to work on that, and I was having a good ground, and I was like really excited. Oh wow, I've set up this. But then COVID happened, and suddenly everything that I've done came to zero. Okay, and I really felt I've just put on so much of money in this, and now it has just gone. I cannot because they asked us to close the institutes, right? So there was no institutes, no schools, nothing going on, so I had to close it. And really, I felt like कि मतलब, now nothing much can be done. And for some days, I was there in sulking, 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 and God has to throw one more this bomb at me. My husband also lost the job at that time, so my institute actually closed, and my husband also lost. Okay, and that was really a moment where I felt like, what is happening, matlab? What is happening? I've opened up something new. I just left my job, started my own thing, and now when I've started my own thing, COVID happened and I had to close it. Not only that, my husband has also lost the job. What am I going to do? So I really felt like really deep down, I was like crying every single day, waking up crying. But then one day, I really sat in my meditation, and I remember that day very clearly. I was sitting in my meditation, and I had that deep realization, Manisha, when you want to create something, you can. When you want to create something, you can create. Why are you sulking? Why are you thinking? And I was like, then I became really clear, if I want to create something, even now I can. And that's when everything moved online. So everything till that point was only in my place, Dhanbad, where I was living. But after that, it moved completely from Dhanbad to all over the world. That boomed, right? So this idea, ये idea कभी नहीं आता मुझे if this would not have happened. I was contented, ठीक है ना? I'm able to serve the people who are there in my city. It's fine. It's complete. But because this happened, so universe gives you nudge for your betterment. So if we really believe that this happened, there is something good in it, and I really lived by this idea. For some time, I will sulk. For some time, I will really sulk, but then I will wake up and say, there is something good in it. There is something I need to learn from it. I know this situation came in my life to teach me something. So I'm like that. I will just go and I will cry, cry, cry. Then one day I'll wake up and I will be like, I don't want to cry anymore. I don't want to be like this anymore. I want to go on a different journey. This is not me. And then I will just bounce back kind of. So I will cry till the point and I will cry a lot, not little bit. I will cry like, matlab, I will be just crying, crying, crying. I'll be molding myself like I'm the most victim person in this world, but for some time. And
This
then
happens
one
with
day,
me too. Like when I'm feeling upset, sad, or when nothing is happening in my life, then I do this. मैं इतना रोती हूँ, but then I go to sleep. I don't
yeah,
know, somehow it's a pattern. And when I wake up, तो मुझे एक अलग ही क्लैरिटी होती है कि ठीक है, अब ये हो गया, इससे तो कुछ काम नहीं बनने वाला, ठीक है, आगे सोचते हैं क्या क्या करना है.
very good. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. I think we all need that because sometimes that release is also important. We can't be over positive all the time. That's a bubble, right? That's a jhoota bubble कि everything is going bad and I'm like नहीं everything is no, you will have to embrace कि ये हुआ मेरे साथ, right? I've gone through this. This is what has happened with me. Cry, but then just get up because obviously that's not going to help us anymore. So cry, release, and crying is good, by the way. Crying is good. The world has convinced us, and I remember I used to cry even in my college. If somebody will tell me something, I'll be just crying like, and I used to feel that's a very bad. I used to hate myself for that. Why do I cry so much? Why do I cry so much? But now I really love myself because I'm a sensitive person, because I'm a kind person. Even if I can see somebody else in pain, I can cry. I will not cry in my pain. I will, right? So when I will see somebody else in pain, I cry. So when I'm in pain, I will cry. So that's I've just honored that thing about me now. I feel somewhere,
Yeah, of
but
course.
I
Like,
used to keep criticizing myself a lot for crying.
yeah, it's not a
Why
bad
I
thing as it seems, or as people tell us, okay, don't cry, stop crying.
stop crying? You are too weak if you are crying,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah,
then we also feel I don't want to be weak,
yeah.
correct? So I don't want to be weak. So yeah, that's very important to get that. The the sound of the voices of the world is so much today that we are really not able to hear the voice that is inside.
That
We
is
are unable to.
actually my next question to you. How
Yeah.
can someone maintain or balance ambition with inner peace? That is difficult. That is very challenging. At least to me. I don't know how people feel about it, but for me, to manage my ambition with inner peace, um, yeah, it's just not happening.
That's such a beautiful question, Anjali, because I'm sure if you're asking this question, peace is one of your value system. It's very much reflected from your face too. And for me also, peace is a very, very important value system. I had one small fight with my father a day before, and I said, for my peace, I can sacrifice anything. That is what I said to him. Na? For if something is disturbing my peace, I'm not going to think who is that person. I'm not going to think what is that. I'm just going to sacrifice anything and everything because peace is like that canoe that I want to hold on and walk on this journey of life. I cannot let go of peace because if I let go of peace, I feel I've lost myself. Like I'm not there if I've lost that peace and joy in my life. I feel I'm not there. I'm just a dead body walking. I'm just like a zombie walking and doing the work. I don't feel alive.
So what advice do you have for people who are constantly in doubt? Because I feel like having doubt on yourself or anything that basically raises doubt and doesn't let you make decision, उसका भी एक impact होता है आपके life में. तो what would you say?
Just like when we see a river. Have you seen a river? Now, when we see a river, it has a very strong current. If you'll go near it, you'll feel that current, right? So it has a very strong current when we see a river. But when we see how it flows gracefully, right? Now, in life also, the goal or whatever we are looking for, I want a 6 BHK near a beach. I want to travel the world. I want to get married to the most beautiful person on this planet. I want to have 100 crore in my bank account. Whatever our crazy goals are, right? Have the goals. At no point I will say you should not have goals, because goals give direction in life. So have your goals. Have that goal set up. Be very very obsessed with your goals also. That's also perfectly fine. But be and get married to the peace. So be obsessed to your goals, but be married to your peace. It's like you can see 10 guys around, but you know that you are married. Okay. So you will see, you may see and you may talk, but deep inside you know you are carrying that inside your mind ki, oh, I'm married now.
This is very relatable to Gen Zs, by the way.
Right? And for us also, I feel, why not? We need to do this. I need to remember it all the time that I'm married. I cannot be attracted to anybody else. Correct. So I think all of us, if we just carry that, it's not that we will not find somebody handsome, we will not find somebody beautiful, we will find. But then, because there's an enough feeling that I'm married to a particular person, you will definitely draw a boundary automatically. But if you have not kept it in the conscience, similarly, be very, very obsessed with your goals, but be very much married to the peace and create and make peace your priority. The people who say ki, it's it's very difficult to find peace, actually, because they are not taking choices that will give them peace. Choice, it is a choice. I think everything, and it takes effort. Sometimes we think it just happens automatically. No, it doesn't happen. The day I haven't done my morning routine, I haven't done my evening routine, I don't feel at my peace, because I have not met the most important person, and that's me.
What's your morning
So,
routine looks like?
yeah, so that morning and evening routine really gives me uh, peace, where I've met my God. And my morning routine, actually, I do with my community only 30 minutes, but before that, my morning routine is very solid, because I'm associated with a spiritual group, Brahma Kumaris, from a very early age in my college, from my college days. So from very early on, I started going to the spiritual center. So my morning routine actually became very solid, I think, because of that. So there were deep meditations that used to happen there, and I started loving it for some reason. I started to go, and I used to tell it to nobody. Actually, no one was knowing that I'm going to a Brahma center, meditation center, because I felt everybody's going to make fun of me. I was having a very low self esteem. I feel in college also, and in college also, and in college little bit higher than school, but in school very very low. In college also low, little bit higher than school. Very low self esteem. Like, what will people think of me was the most important thing for me. Okay, so I think, and when you have that, you don't have that attraction. I think when you are just let people think what they want to, you have a certain kind of attraction. Though it's so much contradictory that when you want everybody to think good about you, nobody will. But when you are like, "Jo sochna hai soch lo," not in the wrong manner, कि I'm going to do, you suddenly become better. I feel so. So I was like, I'm not going to. I haven't told about my marriage also in my college, so nobody was knowing that I'm married. Okay, and nobody was knowing that I go to Brahma Kumari Center. So all of this, I felt it's something to be not to be said in public, and I just kept it hiding for a very long time, because I was not sure should I say this, because I felt if I'll go in college and speak about all this, like, what will I will be lesser, because I used to make fun of people. I remember when people used to get married in second year and third. Like, how can somebody get married in first year? How can somebody get married in second year? And then life happens to
That
you.
is still a big notion,
No.
right? Like, how
Yeah.
can we get married at such a
How,
early age? How can
how
we?
can we get married at such an
Yeah.
early age? So it was the same notion was there in my head. How can I get married to such
Again,
a.
a very false statement.
I was little shameful of that, actually.
Yeah.
To tell you the exact feeling, I was little shameful of that I got married early. Now, because I've owned that fact perfectly, now it's completely beautiful. But I was little shameful कि कॉलेज के टाइम पे किसकी शादी होती है एंड द कॉलेज इन विच वी वर इट्स वन ऑफ द फैंसी कॉलेज people are coming from BMW, people are coming from Audi, people are coming like all set in, and I felt, what have I done in my life? Got married. यही मेरा dream है कि just so yeah.
So what do you think about this now? In my opinion, I feel like जल्दी शादी करना काफ़ी अच्छा है, बिकॉज इट गिव्स यू क्लैरिटी एंड आप काफ़ी पर्पसफुल हो जाते हो लाइफ में, दैट यू नो ओके ये मेरा डायरेक्शन है, ये इंसान है जिसके साथ ज़िंदगी बितानी है, तो इधर उधर नहीं भटकना है
Right,
किसी और से. लाइक यू मैंशनड अर्लियर राइट, देयर आर 10 पीपल बट यू नो हु यू आर मैरिड टू. दैट वाज अ डिफरेंट एग्जांपल बट या कॉन्टेक्स्ट इज द सेम. सो आई
right,
थिंक दैट हेल्प्स अ लॉट बिकॉज आपको पता है कि ठीक है ये तो अब चेंज नहीं हो सकता, तो अब
correct.
बाकी चीज़ों पे क्या फोकस करना है.
Correct, correct. So yeah, that's so right. But now I'm completely in peace with this fact.
Yeah.
Okay, very much, very very much. But yeah, the first 2 years were difficult. I would love to admit that because I would not love to believe let anybody believe कि नहीं नहीं it was like amazing and it was no, it was difficult for me. It was difficult for me. So, and I say always one line when somebody asks me, when should I get married? Like early or late? I always say, it's not about age. It's about finding the right person. If you have found the right person, getting married early is also beautiful. If you have found the wrong person, getting married late is also, like, what is this? Late and early is not the thing. The thing is, whatever age you find the right person, get married. It's completely fine. So marriage is just one aspect. It's not your complete life. What I used to think about marriage. Getting married means I've lost everything. Becoming a mother means I've lost everything. That was my emotion. Though I was not able to accept that, but everybody around was making me feel that. People were celebrating Misha's newborn child ceremony, whatever happened. And nobody was asking about me. Nobody was caring about how I am feeling and what I have gone through as a mother. When you give birth to a child, you are completely you have sacrificed your body. You have sacrificed your mental health. You have sacrificed some part of you actually, and you were newborn, but nobody is caring about you. Everybody is caring about the baby. So it's a very different zonal where I went. I was not knowing about postpartum depression and everything because I went through all of that without knowing what is happening with me. Anytime I used to start crying, kabhi bhi, and I used to feel, pata nahi, it's just happening with me because I was not knowing about it. Because of social media now, at least we know these things. At least we are aware of these stuff. So that's a very good thing that has happened. With knowledge coming in, we know, oh, this is normal and it can be cured by doing ABCD. So that's a good thing.
Okay. So
And
my
somewhere
next question.
else,
Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Go
think
on.
somewhere else only, yeah, please tell me.
Yeah. So my next question for you is, of course, like I think I'm very moved by your journey so far, and I have known you before also, before you became life coach,
Right.
and after knowing you for so many years now, ये जो जर्नी रही है एंड विच बेसिकली इंस्पायर्ड यू, मोटिवेटेड यू टू be a life coach now. I have a question for you in that regards, where people can connect with you and how can you help other people
I think people can connect me through the best way to reach me is through my DMs, Instagram DM, because I do check that and I'm very active there. So the best way to reach me is through clarity call in my Instagram DM if they want a clarity call, or if they want to join my gold membership. Group ones I'm slowly moving into, but I'm an expert in one-to-one action. So group ones I'm moving so that I can serve more people as I used to do in offline. Offline group I have done for thousands and thousands of people. At one time, thousands of people I have served. But online, I have not explored group ones that much.
Okay.
Because somewhere I feel when I'm able to help people one to one, there is maximum impact that comes.
And in what areas do you help people?
What areas?
Do you help people? Like, do you help with their personal development, professional development, or any other things?
I love women to make a happy home, and there's a model that I love to follow. If somebody is having problem in all the aspects, okay. So first, it starts with you. That means you have to heal yourself. You have to become your confident person. You have to become your best version. So it will start with you. Okay. If somebody wants to go through my complete 1 year program, this is what I offer. So this is my first thing. The first, you heal yourself. Okay. You become your, because everything starts with you. Every single thing. Every single thing. No matter how much we are focusing, okay, my in-laws are doing like this, my parents are doing like this, my XYZ are doing. It's the starting point is me. There is somewhere where I'm common in everything. Na? I'm common in everything. So I think that's the first thing. So first, heal yourself. Once you have healed yourself, the second circle that you have to heal is, I talk about circle of life. And I think this is very, very important. So many of people are not having clarity on this. Even I was not having clarity on this for a very long period and I struggled. I think this is so important. I would love to talk about that and then come to this. The first circle, the inner circle, the core circle, is where you and God is there. The sacred circle, you plus God. Okay, that means every single thing you're going to share, your every single thought, you're going to take Him everywhere. Okay, so if I will going somewhere, I'll be saying you also come. If I'm driving, I will say "इस seat पे तुम भी बैठ जाना." If I'm going somewhere to work, I will do flying kiss. That's my relationship with my God. Okay, and I will say ठीक है मैं आती हूँ ना मेरा ध्यान रखना और चलना और वो मीटिंग अच्छे से कर देना. Whatever, I will just, that's my connection, that's my way. I'm not religious, I don't do a lot of puja part. I just have a connection. At all times, he's there with me. Like that, when you love somebody, how does this happen? Like at all times, he's playing in your mind. For me, my connection with my God is at all times he's playing in my mind. At all times, he's there with me. Even now, he's there with me sitting. So that's what my connection is. So first, in the first circle, always keep you and God. Why? Because only God is somebody other than you who can be there with you at all times. Nobody else can. So never compromise that time. I've seen my mother also, she will never compromise on her 1 घंटा सुबह का पूजा और शाम का 1 घंटा पूजा. Never. We will be like, मम्मी खेल रहे थे बीच में उठ के जाना है. She'll be like, हाँ वो पूजा करके आती हूँ. I've never seen her कि ठीक है चलो अभी थोड़ी देर में कर लूँ. She never compromises her time with her God. So I think maybe I've learned it from her. So God and me, that's the first circle. The second circle that comes is your relationship, the core relationship. That means your spouse. So you and your spouse is the second circle. Okay? And then the third circle is of your child. Okay? Where your child will come. That doesn't mean you're not going to give importance. You have to be very clear. Me and God is one. Then this with my husband. Then my child will come in the third circle. The fourth circle is your parents. The fourth circle. So where are parents coming? In the fourth circle. Fifth circle is your in-laws. Sixth circle is your relatives. Okay? Relatives and XYZ friends and whosoever we want to add up there. And then next circle is neighbors or the people we don't know. Now, what happens when we get this circle right? Sometimes we are worrying about 10th circle unnecessarily. Why we have to worry about कि इसको ठीक करें, right? Get it with the right. So many people after getting married will lose their relationship with their spouse, and they say it has came to decline. Why? Because they have prioritized becoming a mother, forgot कि I'm a wife also. They just completely forgot. I'm a wife also right now. That maybe you are giving more time to your child needs your more time. That's completely okay. I'm not talking about that. You may be giving time to somebody else more. That is okay. But when we get this circle right, and I feel there was a very beautiful study also, like in Harvard. When you get your core relationship right, that means your relationship with your husband right, everything else is perfect. Okay? And that's the core determinant of happiness. When that is beautiful, everything else flows.
So you
I
basically mostly focus in the areas of happiness, empowerment for women, or is
Yeah,
it for both
I
men
just
and
completely
women?
went out of the question. Yeah. So first is healing you. Happy. It's basically HYRC model that I follow.
Mm-hmm.
It's happy you,
Mm-hmm.
happy, fulfilled, healed version of you. Okay, the best version of you. Then your relationship, this core relationship I'm talking about. That means your relationship with your spouse. Okay, and then your parenting style, your relationship with your children, how you are parenting them, how, because you have brought somebody in this world, it's your responsibility to, because they are going to be your mirrors, they will grow up to be you.
Right.
Are you worth copying? If they're copying you, I just keep asking this to myself all the time, like every time I'm doing something which I don't approve, I will just say ki she's also going to become the same. Manisha, she's also going to become the same. Are you fine her becoming that? So H, you, happy relationship, your core relationship, then the child comes. Okay? Then the happy children. And all of this when we get it together, and there are few more aspects where I add up. Decluttering is there. There are a lot of more aspects is there which I combine everything. All of this together, HYRC makes a happy home. So my goal is actually to make a happy home. And a happy home starts with the women. Happy you. That's the most important. That should be कोई भी हिला नहीं सकता उसको वाला. Because that's the only thing which is there in your control, I feel, in life.
That is
कुछ ना कुछ.
such a beautiful thing that you have chosen for yourself, Manisha. I have to say. A lot of people struggle with this. Like I have seen growing up, कि बाहर से दिखने वाले घर कुछ और होते हैं, अंदर से कुछ और होते हैं. देर आर
Right?
ब्रोकन फैमिलीज, ब्रोकन किड्स, ब्रोकन पेरेंट्स, कभी किसकी गलती, कभी किसी की गलती.
As you are saying, I'm having goosebumps, and the child is observing that all the time. So, just giving a safe relationship, you are doing a favor to your child. That is what I said. It's not about the importance. It's about you are doing a favor to child. That will be it's a spiral. If you are good with God, it will be reflected in relationship. If you and your relationship is beautiful, it will be reflected in your parenting, and your child will absorb that. If all three of you as a family is beautiful, you will be able to do more for your parents. If all of this is managed, you are able to look after, then you will be able to do more for your. So it's like that. When you are sorted with your home and everything is going well, then too you will be having a happy face for your friend, or you can be there on call. Otherwise, so you are only not good. How will you support them?
That is so
You
true.
only have challenges. How are you going to support them? So it's not about your child is less important than your husband. No, it's about you'll be able to give more. It's, it will be flowing seamlessly. So I loved how beautifully you have put down that. So yeah,
That was such a, yeah, great insight about your journey, about yourself, how you come out of it, and what path you have chosen for yourself going forward. And this was definitely motivating for me. And I also hope that this conversation also helps other people. And now, at least they know one more person who they can reach out to in case they need help. So,
absolutely.
yeah. So,
You are not alone. I would love to tell this to everybody.
mhm,
You are not alone. And I feel tears in my eyes because I was never knowing that there is a person who can help me get out of this. And sometimes you don't need anything else, but there should be somebody who's listening to you with no judgment. I think it's rare. So I feel that is something you're not alone. Reach out to the right people rather than reaching to Chachi, Mami, Taiji because they may take advantage, but a professional will not.
that is true. That is true.
And Just do that. We do so many things for ourselves. We'll buy that ring, we'll buy that house, we'll buy that clothes, we'll buy that piece of jewelry. Nothing of that is going to give you that inner completion, inner peace, inner satisfaction. But when you invest on yourself, it will really take you one step up, one step up, one step up. Okay, I'm very sure it always takes you one step up, one step up. Wherever you will be in the journey, it will take you one step, and you keep doing, keep doing, keep doing, keep doing. That's the journey, because you'll always keep upgrading, and that's very important. Fulfill your first circle.
Yeah.
You, and you doesn't mean jewelry. You doesn't mean that fancy clothes. You doesn't mean that fancy travel. All of that is beautiful, but all of that is accessories, right? Once you have a good face, then though you when you'll put up the accessories, it will look good. Yes or no? And it's like in life, most of the people are focusing on the accessories, forgetting ki I have to take care of the skin also. It's like that. It's like that. Take care of this soul first that God has given you, and then he can just keep doing whatever else you want to invest in. Everything is beautiful. We should do that. I'm not कि नहीं नहीं ये तो करना ही नहीं चाहिए, but don't do that without ignoring your soul. Don't do that, because it's such a disservice. Wearing that 10 lakh necklace is not going to give you happiness, right? Buying up that 10 BHK wala house is not going to fill up that hollowness in the heart. It's not going to happen. How come we are thinking it's going to happen? Both are separate journey. It's a separate materialistic journey is a separate journey. Going inside is a separate journey. Do both of that, not one.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna say that people should make a note right away that they should also invest in themselves, in their inner peace, in their happy homes, and they can always reach out to you if they need any help.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
We can put the link in the description too.
yeah,
So
definitely. Please do check out. And Manisha, anything else that you would like to say?
I will just say sometimes when we are in too much of chaos and we feel my life is sulking, nothing good is happening in my life. Nothing. Everything is bad. Okay, we all have some moments like that. Just take one tinny mini chotu sa right step. What does that right step mean? Right step mean maybe reaching out to somebody. Right step mean from tomorrow I will do gratitude every single day. Right step mean from tomorrow I'm going to do journaling every single day. The right step means from tomorrow I'm going to do 5 minutes of meditation as soon as I get up, and 5 minutes of meditation in the night. Right step mean I'm going to go to gym from tomorrow every single day. The right step mean I'm going to put effort in my food that I eat. I will make it more nutritious from tomorrow. Right step mean maybe I'll start doing my skincare from tomorrow. It will be like a therapy for me. Right step means I'll be doing a therapy for myself. Right step mean I will just do one thing out of my joy list every single day. Hundreds of right things. I will keep speaking about it, and we all know the right things, right?
Yeah.
I don't have to speak also.
Yeah. So basically,
Just
all in all, take action for yourself that makes you
only
happy.
one, chotu, because when we are at our lowest, we can't do more.
Yeah.
We don't have energy. We can't do more.
Yeah.
So just take chotu motu tiny ek step, and you will see the path of clarity unfolding in front of you. In doubt, in fear, take that step. Take the. I'm not saying leave doubt and fear. Nobody is there completely free of doubt and fear. Okay. Do I get fear when I am there on stage and mic comes in my hand? Yes. Yes. Though how much it looks from outside, ki no. I do get fear in my heart. Okay. I do get dhak 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 dhak, but we have to do it. Feel the fear, do it. Feel the fear, do it. Feel the fear, do it. So I will just say take chotu motu step, and you will see when you do one thing right, the domino effect start. Everything starts to get right at right place. Everything. Universe is also there working for you. You are not alone in this journey, which I'm telling it again and again. You're not alone. Okay, just trust the universe a little bit more. Surrender the universe a little bit more. Do the task that you have to do. Trust, act, receive. 3 words. Trust, act, and just receive. All three are all three, and all three require separate acts. So that is why I'm very very particular that people do the morning routine and evening routine, because that has changed my life. I know this one activity has the potential to change anybody's life. If they are just focusing on starting their day not with what people are telling, find yourself before people tell you who you are every morning. Otherwise, people will tell you, oh, you are like this, oh, you are that. Okay. So, before, wow, see,
Yeah, that just happened out of nowhere, right?
even MacBook is saying, yeah, this is the beautiful moment of celebration. So, yeah, just
Yeah,
find
no,
yourself.
that was such a useful advice, and you have given this advice to me also before, and that has really helped me
Yeah.
definitely to come out of my whatever bad or good situations. So, yeah. Thank you so much, Manisha. That was such a wonderful conversation with you, and I really hope that लोगों को पता चले कि there's somebody like you who's sitting out there to help them in
Yeah.
any sort of problem, even though they don't have any problem. So I think your methods and your approach definitely help people to lead their life in a good direction. You can give them a template and yeah, help them to shift their mindset. um, तो यार मेरे को तो बहुत अच्छा लगा ये कॉन्वर्सेशन करके विद यू
Same
मनीषा
here. It was a
एंड
very
आई रियली
soulful
होप वी
conversation.
engage in such more meaningful conversations going forward. But with this, I think we should yeah, wrap this up conversation, and I wish you a very good evening.
Same to you, Anjali. It was beautiful. Thank you so much. And it was a very soulful conversation. Loved it. Always, I love having deep conversation. That is something which I really love.
And we will
So
keep doing more.
we will keep doing that. Absolutely.
Thank you so much for being here, Manisha, and to everyone listening. This is the very first podcast journey for ClariShift, and of course, we will do better in upcoming episodes. So, please, if you find this meaningful or if this is relatable to you, then please do like, share, and subscribe, and tune in for more episodes. Thank you so much.